here at the Northeast Racers Auction and Trade Show with a guy, well, you might not know the face. Of course, if you were one of Glenn Donnelly's employees back in the day when they ran modifieds, you know Joe Beyea, the race driver. Now it's Joe Beyea, the custom header manufacturer. And I was just asking him how it all started. But first, let's check with what's going on here at the show. Man, it's real busy here on Saturday. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it was a good crowd today, actually. Yep, good to see. Yesterday was a little bit quiet, but yeah, things are going good today.
Yeah, I think the weather, a lot of people just made the choice. I'm going to come down for the big day on Saturday.
Yeah, I think so.
Not brave the snow.
And the auction and stuff. There's more going on today for sure.
Yep. And you're out of Genoa, so you didn't hit anything on the way here at all, did you?
We had a dusting the other night, and that was it.
Good. Last report, and again, this is Saturday afternoon, maybe 1 o'clock. Orchard Park where the Bills play 66 inches. I can't even imagine what that must look like, Joe. Oh my gosh, that's, in case you guys know, that's 5.5 feet. Okay, that's a lot right there. So let's go all the way back. I mean, he has 14 employees now. They're cranking out headers for all kinds of stuff. How did this all start for you?
Originally, when I graduated high school, I was racing ATVs. I worked at a place called Dinoport, building all two-cycle stuff, snowmobiles, dirt bikes, that kind of stuff.
The exhaust systems or the whole thing?
Just the whole expansion chamber, the pipe itself, and yep. We used to do motor work and stuff too, cylinder porting and all that kind of stuff. So I was kind of motorhead even way back then. So originally I guess what got me into the race car world was probably a good friend of mine, Doug at Finger Lakes, machine.
Holmes.
They were having trouble getting some stuff for some of the cars he was building motors for at Oswego, limited supermods and supermod stuff, and wanted me to take a look at some of it to see if I could do it. And so I started dabbling a little bit after hours and weekends, and figured out how to make some of the stuff. And then after a year or so, I came out with kind of some of my own designs and thoughts, and it just kind of blew up from there.
Okay. When did you actually get to the point where you said, I have to hire somebody else, I can't keep up?
Originally in 99 when I started it all, I was actually still working at the motorcycle shop too. So by late 2000, 2001, I was busy enough that I actually quit the motorcycle shop and started doing it full time on my own. Probably by 2002, I was busy enough that I had to hire on a couple guys.
So how are things today? How many sets of headers do you think you turn out in a year, or do you even know?
A rough estimate would probably be in the 25 to 2,800 range sets.
All right. Can you get bigger, or do you pretty much, is this about where you want to be?
We could now. The last couple of years, we're behind just about all year because I was a little bit understaffed. I lost, one of my main builders, and it was tough for a while. But no, last summer I was able to come across a couple guys that were capable of welding and fabricating, and so we were able to get caught back up, and now we're able to put some inventory on the shelf. And
nice.
So yeah, so right at the moment, providing we can get material and keep stuff in there to build with, then we're in good shape.
How many different types of race cars do you provide exhaust systems for?
Oh God, a lot. Pretty much just about any kind of circle track car. Except for dirt and asphalt. Yep. And we don't really do anything for like the NASCAR stuff. Most of them guys do it themselves, in house, or have a private one, have their own designs and stuff that they come up with on their own. But we do a lot like for asphalt modifieds and asphalt late models. We do a lot of stuff for like the Oswego cars, and yeah.
Boy, that has to be. I've seen some of the exhaust systems that talk about almost one-offs in some cases, right?
A lot of them are. Yep. They have to bring me the car so I can actually build.
That was going to be my next question. They can't just draw something out. You've got to make sure it fits. So. Yeah. So I would imagine that price might be a little higher for something like that than like for a sportsman where what they need, right?
Yeah, it's more of a hand-built thing, so there's just a lot more time involved. Yeah.
Okay. And, of course, this year, did you actually expand the racing program to put Pat Ward in one of your cars, or was the program already there and just not being utilized?
Well, I had already had a couple cars that, Gary Tompkins drove off and on the previous year. And, when Pat came up without a ride. It just, I kind of was dragging my feet a little bit, waiting to see if somebody else
might pick him up.
Picked him up, and it just, that didn't come about. So it was, I just decided he's right around the corner from me, and he's been a lifelong friend of mine, and I knew he wasn't ready to retire yet, and Randy Williamson helped us out a little bit from Bicknell, and we were able to keep him going. So
nice. Did you get out much at all this last year?
I did 3 or 4 times. I don't really remember.
Canandaigua primarily?
Nope, I only Utica Rome.
Utica Rome.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep, I took one of our extra cars up there and hammered some laps out. So
how'd you do?
It was okay.
Okay.
I was running around in the back just because it was a handicap show,
Okay.
So without running every week, and but it was just something, to have fun.
Okay.
I don't really have the time or the desire for myself to do it weekly. I like to do a lot of other things too, so I don't want to get married to it again.
And of course, Pat told me about adjusting to the coils.
Yeah.
How did you do as far as that aspect is concerned?
First couple times, it was definitely a lot different. Just feeling like I was, tipping over because the cars are just up on the left.
It's amazing they don't flip all over the place.
It's definitely a different feel. Yeah.
Okay. Trying again next year?
Yeah, no, I plan to.
Okay.
Probably, if all goes well, I'll probably be out a little bit more than I did last year. But
business comes first, though, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's more about, like I said, I like to do other things too. So.
Well, I think it helps your business though when people see you out there doing. Hey, that's Joe Beyea from Beyea Headers, right?
Well, potentially.
Yeah, you would think it wouldn't hurt at least, right?
Yeah.
It definitely has to help. So, how can people get a hold of you guys, and where are you?
Basically, the easiest way to contact us is by phone. So 315-497-1215. The email is Joe at Beyea, my last name, and then headers.
Right there on his shirt, so you can see it. So.
Yep.
You'll get a hold of him, and I'll be out soon for a tour. Good to see you, man. I'm glad we were finally able to do this. And within this off season, for sure, I'll be out, and you can show me how you do all this stuff, and you can see how the sausage is made. All right?
Okay, sounds good.
Good to see you, man. I remember all those days with Glenn Donnelly. We had a lot of fun back in the day. And
long time.
Kind of weird to be here without that racetrack behind us, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is.
But at least something good's happening here this weekend. Nice to see you guys. Subscribe, like, hit the blue E in the corner. And we got a lot of stuff we did here this weekend at the New York State Fairgrounds.